Good morning, everybody. Thank you for showing up to your yoga practice. We're going to start seated in our chairs, and I recommend that you go about mid-thigh, so that allows you to sit upright using your body strength and awareness as opposed to leaning back in your chair. If you need that chair back to support you, by all means take that. We're all going to be working at different levels, so finding the level that works for you today. So maybe yesterday you were feeling a little more energetic and you were able to do more, and today is a slower day for you. So just honoring what we have going on today. So mid-thigh for me is my recommendation. Knees over the ankles, so there's about a 90-degree angle depending on your chair height. And then just hands resting lightly on your lap, palms down. And before we get started with a little bit of movement, just to encourage that we're sitting up with really nice tall spine, raise your shoulders right up by your ears. Roll them back and down, and then without letting your spine sink back down, just let the shoulder blades retract down your back so that you have a little more space between your ears and those shoulders, elongating the neck. And I'll invite you to close your eyes just for a few moments. Closing your eyes is a wonderful way to turn the senses inward, and so that you can really feel what's really going on with your body without being distracted by what your eyes are telling you. And then we'll also begin our practice by starting to take some nice, slow, deep, full breaths through your nostrils, if that's available to you. If you're in the desert here, it's allergy season, so sometimes the nostrils aren't really getting your air in as you need to. So if you need to open your mouth to breathe, do that. The point being mindful breaths. So slow down the breath, make it very mindful, meaning you're thinking about it, so we can quiet our mind to be a little more present to what we're doing here in our chair yoga class. So I'm going to stop talking for a few moments while you can focus on that nice, deep, full breathing. So fill up your lungs nice and full, and then empty them out. And you might go at a different pace than that. So we'll take 5 more breaths on our own. And wherever you're at, just take one more full breath and give it a little extra air, little extra breathing in, a little more moment to take more breath into the lungs, and then really a long, slow exhale. Make sure you feel firmly planted in your feet. You don't have to press your feet down, but not rolling out to the outer edges of your feet or the inner arches, but all 4 corners of your feet planted on the ground. We'll tuck the chin towards the chest, just letting the back of your head dangle freely. And then start to draw a circle to your right. So bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder, then letting your head tip back so your face is pointing towards the ceiling, and then dropping that left ear towards your left shoulder, and then chin back down. We're doing 3 of them. Maybe on the second one, you start to add a little bit of movement with your upper body. So that means you might lean back a little bit when your head goes up. You might lean to the left a little bit when your ear goes down. Maybe you bow your head forward and around your back, coming forward. And I'm going 1 more full cycle around, taking it as big as I can. So thinking about drawing a circle with my shoulders, my neck, my torso. And then once your head hangs down, just let your chin be towards your chest. Turn your head left and right like you're just shaking it no. If you're like me, you feel a little bit of crunchy. I hear some crunchy sounds. And just let that kind of loosen up the fascia of the neck. And then we're going to bring our chin back up to a neutral position. So we're sitting upright. Take your hands at the front of your knees so you're holding up against your knees. And then pull your chest through, lift your chin, arch your back, breath in through your nose. This is called the cow pose. And then when you go backwards, you round your back, tuck your chin, and scoop out your belly, and that's called cat pose. I'm going to move to the side so you can see that movement. Inhale, you roll yourself up, you arch cow. Exhale, you round your back, you pull your chin in towards your chest and straighten up those elbows, cat. We're going to do 1 more of those. Inhaling, really try to drop the shoulders down, let your head drop back. And then exhaling, puff up those shoulder blades, scoop out your belly, let your head drop back. And then pulling ourselves up into a nice neutral position. Take your right hand down, holding onto the chair bottom or your chair leg, whatever's accessible. You're gonna reach this left arm straight up over the shoulders and then plant your feet so you can lean a little bit to the right side. Just a direct side bend. Notice if your head dropped to your ear, try to keep your head neck aligned on your neck so that there's a nice natural curve of your head with your spine. Gonna reach as far to the right as you can, and then pull yourself upright, make a cactus arm with your left arm, and then we'll go back again. On an inhale, stretch way over to the right. On an exhale, pull that elbow down into a cactus, and we're doing that 3 more times. Looks great, everybody. Inhale, so let your breath follow that, your movement follow that breath. Exhale, cactus, even feel your shoulder blades squeeze. 2 more, inhale. Pull that elbow down, exhale. Here's our last one. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. Pull that elbow down on the exhale and then let your left arm either hold the bottom of your chair or your chair leg as that right arm circles straight up over your shoulders. Take a big inhale as you reach up and over to the left side. Give yourself a moment to feel that stretch. And then here we go, a little bit of dynamic movement. Exhale, elbow comes down. Dynamic means it keeps moving. Inhale, stretch over. Great, everybody. Number 2, exhale, let your shoulder blade muscles squeeze a little bit. And then inhale, stretch it maybe just a smidge farther than last time. Here's our third one. Pull the elbow down, stretch it way up and over. You want to pull your belly muscles in a little bit to support your spine. Here's our last cactus arm, or our second to last one. Stretch it all the way over. Here's our last stretch. And then cactus arm. And then bringing your arms back down to the mat or down to your chair. We're going to place our hands on our lap again. This time sitting up nice and tall. Hug those shoulders up by your ears as if we're starting all the way over again. And then roll those shoulder blades down, encouraging yourself to sit with a tall spine. Drop your chin towards your chest. And we'll start those neck rolls going to the left now. So roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Roll your head back, letting your chin point upward. Roll your right ear towards your shoulder. And then tucking your chin again. The second one, see if you can add a little bit more movement. So you're leaning a little bit to the right when you go right. You're leaning a little bit back. Lean a little bit to the left. Let your head drop real heavy as you go forward. And third and last time, maybe even make that circle bigger. Rolling around along your seat. Last time to the left. And then once you take that fold, just shake your head no, side to side, massaging through that joint. That's your axis vertebra of your cervical spine. And it allows you to do that movement. Just let it kind of swing like a pendulum a couple of rounds. And then we'll pull ourselves up to a nice tall spine sitting upright. Place your hands at the front of your knees so you can hold onto them and even pull against them. Cow pose. Pull yourself forward, arch your back, look forward and up. And then exhale, empty your lungs as you round your shoulders forward. Scoop out your belly. Maybe you even hit your chair back with your spine. 2 more times. Inhale, we go up. Look up, arch back. Exhale, scoop out, let your shoulders round forward so you're feeling a stretch at your shoulder blades. Here's our third and final time. Inhale, we're coming up. And then exhale, we're pulling back. And then coming nice and tall with your spine on an upward position. Reach around and grab the back of your chair with your right hand. And then take your left hand across your right thigh to hold on the outside of that thigh. So we're starting to rotate the spine now. And now take your chin and look as far across your right shoulder as you can. We're in a spinal twist. Staying in the spinal twist with your spine, take your chin only and look across your left shoulder. And then we're just slowly going to shake our head no. So look to the right. Look to the left. Look to the right. Look to the left. One more time, right and left. And then the next time you go back over to the right side, stay there. reach your right arm out on a diagonal, so you're kind of reaching towards the ceiling. And then place the palm of your right hand behind your head if you can. If that's too much, you can just put your hand on your shoulder. And then see if you can rotate a little bit more with your spine. And now taking your right elbow, roll it down like you're going to try to touch your left knee, but you're not going to. You still have that left arm crossing your body. And then peel yourself up and back. We'll do this 5 times. That was 1. On an exhale, round down, tuck in. It's like an abdominal crunch. On an inhale, open up. Number 3, crunch and rotate down. Inhale, lift up. Here goes number 4, crunch. Inhale, reach up. Maybe let your head drop back a little tiny bit. And here's the last crunch down. And then reach it all the way back. Stretch that right arm straight up to the ceiling. And then bring it down in front of you. Remove your left arm from your lap. Nice, everybody. We're going to take that on the other side. Reach across with your right arm to your thigh. Take your left arm, swing it around and hold the back of your chair. You're sitting up nice and tall with your spine. So think your head is right over your hips. Start to rotate your shoulders to the left and look over your left shoulder with your neck. Stay there for a moment. Belly muscles pulled in a little bit to support your lower back spine. Keeping the twist, take your head. We'll look over to the right shoulder. Then back to the left shoulder. And then over to the right shoulder. Back to the left. You want to go as big as you can with these movements. So take your chin as far over. Last time to the right shoulder. And then head back to the left shoulder where you'll stay. Still holding on to that left leg. Take your left arm, reach it straight on a diagonal. So you're kind of reaching like you're going to touch the corner, up by the corner of your ceiling. And then bend the elbow. If you can put your hand behind your head, great. If you can't, you put your hand on your shoulder. And then lean back as far as you can. And here come those crunches now. Exhale, bring your left elbow towards your right knee. You're still holding on with your right arm against the left leg. Inhale, we open. Here goes number 2, crunch. Inhale, we open. Here's number 3. See if you can go a little deeper into that crunch. And then a little more open on the lift back. Here's number 4. Bring it on back. And the last time, crunch it over. Bring it on back. Stay upright, just stretch your arms straight up to the ceiling. Really lifted arm up. Turn and face the front now and let go. Bringing your hands back down onto your lap. Nice job, everybody. We're gonna now scooch yourself back so you're a little bit closer with your butt at the back of your chair. If you can, you're not leaning on the chair though. You're still lifted. You just have more of the bottom of your thighs on the base of your chair. When you're ready, we open the arms out nice and wide. And then open up your fingers like you're gonna grab 2 giant doorknobs and let's turn the doorknobs. Just rotate your shoulders, roll them in and down. Big as you can. The elbows are mostly straight, not locked out, but just think of your arm as being one bone from your fingertips to your shoulders, and that whole bone is just rotating up and down. We're building what's called a sequence. This is our first movement of the sequence. And then we'll keep adding on another movement and another movement until we've got this dance that we're going to do with our whole body. Next time your palms are facing the ceiling, hold them upright so that your palms are up. And now reach your arms up overhead like you're going to clap your hands, touching your palms, and then open them back down again. And we'll do that a few times. Use your inhale to lift the arms. Use your exhale to press them down. So you're trying not to drop your arms. Lift using a little muscle effort. And then like a little extra, like imaginary, some resistance. Let's do 2 more of those. Up. And then down. Beautiful. One more time. Up. And then down. Keep your arms wide if you can. Make a fist. Draw your knuckles in towards your shoulders and then make a bicep curl. In. And then out. And then contract. So squeeze your muscle. Let me see those biceps. And then open the arms, extending the biceps. And keep going. Exhale when you pull it in. Inhale when you go out. So the breath follows the movement. When you're contracting, you exhale your breath. This is a contraction. When you stretch or extend, you inhale. Take one more of those. Contract, breathe out, inhale, open out. Now open your palms and bend your elbows like they're a 90-degree angle. This is called the goalpost or cactus arms. And now try to bring your elbows together. Exhale, open them out. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Let's do two more. Exhale, inhale. Last time, exhale, inhale. Beautiful job, everybody. Both arms straight up to the sky. Touch those palms together again. And now bring your hands down to your heart center. We'll come back to that in a second. Hold the bottom of your chair and we'll add some legs into our sequence. Sit as tall as you can. Pull in your belly muscles so that you're feeling your core muscles engage. And we're just going to kick your right leg out and back, just the right leg, just like you're doing a little karate chop kick. If you need a little more support for the leg, scoot your butt back so as much of your leg is on the bottom of that chair, the seat of your chair, as you can manage. And when you extend the leg, see if you can squeeze the muscle of your quadricep, that's your thigh muscle. Take two more, out and back, out and back. And we're going to go to the left side now. Left leg out and back. So if you have a little more strength in you and you don't need your arms to hold your chair, you can do this with your arms on your hips. It's going to be more demanding because you don't have any extra anchors of your hands to hold you. So that's for the folks that want a little more challenge. You just don't use the arms and just keep kicking and then placing the foot down, kicking, placing the foot down. And as Wendy said, rest when you need to. If you start to feel overwhelmed or your breath is getting a little shallow, you pause, join the class when you're ready. We're just going to take one more, everybody. And then we go back to the right leg. Take it out for 4. Press it back. For 3. For 2. For 1. Now back to the left leg. For 4. Kick it. For 3. 2. And 1. And now we're going back to the right leg 2 times. So we're going down in numbers 1 and 2, and then back to the left one. Number 1, number 2, and then 8 times alternating legs. So give a kick on the right, give a kick on the left, on the right. Use your breath. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Last 2. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. Good. Take a moment to catch your breath. And then we're going to put all of that together and add on a little bit more. Take one nice smooth inhale and a nice long exhale. Awesome, everybody. Take the arms out nice and wide. Open up your fingers. We're going to turn the doorknob 4 times. Just open up the doorknob, close it down, open it up, close it down. Number 3, bring it down. Number 4, bring it down. Return your palms up, keep them up, and now palms press overhead. Exhale, inhale. Number 3, exhale, counting down, inhale. Beautiful, everyone. Exhale, number 2, bring it down. And last one for now. Bring it down, keep them wide, make a fist. We're gonna make 4 bicep curls. Here we go. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Beautiful work. Exhale, make sure you're breathing. That is important for those muscles. It's for your brain too. Last one here, open them up. Cactus arms, open your palms. Now try to touch your palms, maybe even your elbows. Bring them back. Number 2, bring it back. Number 3, bring it back. Here's our last one for the now. Bring it forward, bring it back. Stretch your arms up on an inhale. Touch your palms, bring them to your heart. Exhale. Beautiful job. You're gonna hold the bottom of your chair, or if you know yourself, you're putting your hands on your hips. 4 kicks with that right leg. Just give it a kick once, twice, 3 times. Last one. Then it's the left one. Kick it. Kick it. 3 and 4. Now alternating legs for 4 times. Right is a kick. Left is a kick. Right is a kick. And left is a kick. Here's now where we're going to add on. Use your hands to pick up your right knee and roll your ankle in a big circle. Just as big as you can roll it. Use your arms to hold that leg. And then we want to change directions of that circle. And then we're going to place that foot down on the mat, on the ground. Change legs. Grab your leg, lift it up. Doesn't have to be high, just a little bit higher, and roll that ankle. You basically just want to get your foot off the ground. Get big circles. Get all those crackly, crunchy bits out. And then changing the direction of your circle. Beautiful. And then placing that foot down. And then just like last time, let's start by holding the chair bottom. And then if you feel if you need to, you can put your hands on your hips. Instead of kicking your leg, you're going to lift your knee. Same leg, up and down. Right leg up, right leg down. Right leg up. So we're moving into the hip flexor, strengthening that muscle. Try to follow your breath. So notice if you're getting a little aerobic, slow down that breath. Take 2 more on that right leg. And then let's go with the left leg. So you might be working a little slower of a pace than I am, and that is perfectly fine. Maybe you're going faster. Just follow what feels like a natural rhythm for you. Like we're just doing a real slow tapping of our foot. Keep going. Take 2 more. And then we're going to go back to alternating legs. So just pick up your right one, put it down. Your left one, put it down. If you feel strong enough, maybe you do that without using your hands on your chair. Just put them on your waist. Just keep going. Make sure you're breathing, sitting up tall, shoulders are down, belly muscles in. Take 4 more total. 3, 2, and then 1. And then with the both feet on the ground, you can keep your hands resting on your lap. We're going to lift the heels off the ground. So come up onto the balls of your feet, then lower them down. Balls of your feet, then lower them down. 2 more like that. Lift, like you're going on your tippy toes. And the last one like this. And then we're going to go really fast. Clamping your patting your heels down. Just bounce, 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 bounce. The balls of your feet stay on the ground. You're just tapping your heels a lot so that the muscles of your legs are jiggling on your thighs. We're just trying to stir up a little bit of our energy here. We've got energy channels throughout our bodies. They're called meridians. We're just kind of trying to shake them up a little bit. And then now if you want to get a little bit fancy, alternate your heels. So one and then the other, like you're just doing this really fast little march in place. Just keep going. Jiggle those legs for 8 counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with your feet flat, your hands on your lap. Close your eyes and feel that. If you feel like a little bit of a buzzing sensation, that is that energy channel awakened. Just take a breath with your eyes closed and feel all of that. And then we're going to take this sequence one more time through, everybody. So opening up those arms. Make a giant open hand. We're going to turn the doorknobs 4 times. Roll the shoulders down. Roll the shoulders up. Number 2. Roll it up. This is our last time. See if you can make the motion bigger. And here's the last one. Roll it down. Roll it up. The palms are pointing upward now. Touch your palms over your head. Open those arms straight down. Touch the palms over your head. Arms are down. Those look wonderful, everybody. 2 more of those. Bring it down. Last one. Bring it down. Now we hold the arms shoulder height. Make a fist with your hands. 4 bicep curls. Touch your shoulders. Open those arms. Don't forget that breathing. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Those look terrific. Inhale out. Last one of these today. Bring it out. Cactus arms. 90-degree angles. Palms are open wide like your wide open fingers. Jazz hands. Elbows and palms try to touch. Then we open them back. Exhale. Try to touch them. Inhale. Open them back. Exhale. Last 2. And here's our very last one of these. Getting these shoulders really worked this morning. Stretch your arms straight up to the sky. Touch the palms. Slide the hands down to your heart. Hold onto the bottom of your chair or keep your hands at your waist. Kick your right leg 4 times. Lift it, kick it once, twice, 3 times, 4th one. Go to the left side. Make sure you're breathing. Kick it. Try to squeeze the quadricep muscle when the leg goes straight. 2, 3, and 4. Now we alternate legs just 4 times. Right leg kicks, left leg kicks, right leg kicks, left leg kicks. Fantastic. Reach down and grab your right thigh. Lift the knee off the ground a little bit. Roll your circle. We won't do this quite as long. Just take one big full circle in one direction. Then you circle it around in the other direction. Place that leg down. Do the left side. Lift it up. Big circle of your ankle joint. Open up your toes a little bit if you can. Change the direction. And then beautiful, place that foot down. You're either gonna hold the bottom of your chair or put your hands on your hips. We're lifting our knee, right knee 4 times. Once, twice, 3, 4. Left side, 4 times, 3 times, 2, and 1. And now alternating legs. Take your right leg up, put it down, right leg up, put it down. Last right leg, last left leg. Good, you can place your hands on your lap and bounce your heels again. Tap, 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 tap. You can continue doing this or put your chair, hold onto your chair and lift your feet and smack those soles of your feet on the ground. So that was a really good jarring sensation. We're gonna go for the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Feet are flat on the ground. Hands come back to your lap. Close your eyes. Let your body feel that sensation. Take a nice deep breath through your nose. Long exhale through the nose if you can. One more breath through your nose. And then letting that breath exhale back out again. Awesome. Scoot yourself a little now closer to the edge of the chair so that you can walk your feet out wide and that you want your hips and your knees and your toes all pointing in the same direction. As wide as you can go, that's not so uncomfortable. Then we're gonna drop down onto the right elbow. You're using that elbow to kind of push your right knee open. So it's not downward, it's actually outward with that arm. And then look over your left shoulder and then lean forward so that you're leaning in and you're pushing open that right knee a lot. You feel that in your lower back, you feel that in your waist, maybe the shoulders, the inner thigh, and just breathe, looking across that left shoulder. One more inhale. We're going to bring ourselves upward and do that on the other side. So drop down to your left elbow, push your left knee open, so pushing a little bit against that, and then look over your right shoulder as you turn your torso, and then to any degree, start to lean forward as you press that left knee away from you. Nice deep breath. And then we'll bring ourselves upright. Now you can keep your hands on your knees, or maybe you can drop down to both elbows and really push your knees out as wide as you can. Lean as far forward as you can. Make sure you feel comfortable on your feet, that you're not going to flip over on your chair, land on your noggin. So make sure your butt is firm and your arms are pushing those legs out. And take your head and start to shake your chin. Yes. Up and down. And then we're all working at our own level today. You're welcome to stay here. Just let your head relax naturally. Or there might be some of you that can actually take your fingertips and reach down towards the ground. Don't force yourself to do that. It's a very deep bend of the spine. But we're just going to hang here for 3 full breaths, getting that lower back a really good stretch. So breathe in through your nose and out. Let your head be heavy. Breathe in and out. Last full breath in and out. And then you can climb back up onto your legs, getting your body to come all the way upright. We're going to walk our feet closer together. Nice job, everybody. And then we'll take this right leg, lift it up with your hands. Once you get on upright, you just want to lift that leg up. Let's do a little circle first. Check out the joint of your hip. We did a little warm up by moving it, but now let's check out the range of motion. And you want to do both directions. See how that goes. Try to let your arms do the work so that you can really let the joint be relaxed. And then we have the option now, changing your hand so that you're going to put your hand at your shin so you can lift that knee a little higher and use your left hand to grab your foot and see if you can cross your thigh. So if this is too much, the hips or the knee, or for some reason or another, it's not comfortable for you, you're going to cross your thigh like you're sitting cross-legged. So we're now in what's called a hip opener. Let your right toes curl up towards your knee so that foot is in flexion. And any degree, see if you can fold forward over your leg, regardless of whether your leg is like mine right now or the thighs are crossed. Tuck your chin, and we're just holding here. This could be quite intense, so back out a little bit if you're feeling it's so intense. Give yourself some grace, really, to just breathe into the place where you feel that first hint of a stretch. And then maybe in that second breath, you can go a little closer. Maybe that third breath a little bit more, but maybe not. So just let yourself fall into a position. I like to think of it as like tiptoeing into a hot tub. You jump into a hot tub and it's a shock to the system. If you jam yourself into a deep stretch, it's a shock to the whole system. So ease your body into it. Taking a couple more breaths. And then last full breath. Bring yourself upright. If you have your legs like mine, this is called a figure 4. Walk your left foot a little bit to the center, and then we all cross our thighs. So just like you're sitting properly, sit up nice and tall. Take your left forearm, reach it over on the other side of your right thigh, and then grab the back of your chair with your right hand, and we're taking another twist. So you just want to look over that right shoulder again. It's a pretty deep twist. Breathe right here. One more breath. And then be mindful when you unwind, carefully coming out of the twist. Remove your right leg down onto the ground. Sit back so you're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to grab a hold of this left thigh. Just you can interlace your hands, like make a sling to pick up your left leg, and then just roll it around. You feel free to lean back in your chair if you need to help. Just rolling that hip into a nice circle. And then changing the direction. Try to let the arms do the work, let the leg be as heavy as you can. And then carefully changing your hand grip so you can grab the front of the knee at the shin and lift that knee a little tighter, higher up into your body. Your right hand will reach down to grab your foot, help it up on top of that right thigh. If it ain't going there, it's not going there. There are days when it's not, you're just gonna slip it totally across. But otherwise, you're holding that figure four. The toes curl back so your foot is flexed towards your shin. Sit up taller. If you're like me, one of those legs is much tighter than the other. This is my tight hip. I can feel it. So when I start to lean forward, I'm not going to go as far as I did on the other side. And that's okay. But I will slow down, take slow breaths so that my body gets relaxed enough that I can find a healthy challenge for the stretch. And just breathing here. Taking one more full breath. Come all the way upright with your torso. If you have this figure four shape, you got to move your right leg a little bit into the center so that that left leg can then slip all the way across so your thighs are right on top of each other. Grab across your left leg with your right hand and find the back of your chair with your left arm and use that to help turn you over to the left side. You can relax that left foot. You don't have to do anything fancy with that ankle. Just nice, good twist again. Take a nice deep breath. Final inhale right here in this pose. And then very carefully unwinding out of it. Take those legs back down to the ground. So we're going to stand up on this next bit. If you're not standing up, I'll show you what you can do. You'll stay right in your seat as you are. The rest of us, take your time getting up off on your onto your chair and step to the right side of your chair so that you can hold the back of the chair with your with your left hand. If you're seated, you're just going to do the arm movements that we're doing. So we're going to start to all take a big circle of this right arm and reach it up to the ceiling. And then use the chair to lean a little bit away from it. And then bring that arm all the way, wrap it behind your back. And then sweep it back up again. All the way up, let your hips swing out to the right. And then we all bring the left arm and just wrap it behind your back. Beautiful. 3 more times. Inhale, we're up. Exhale, it's back. Inhale, it's up. Exhale, it's back. Last time, can you go a little bigger with it? Big stretch up and over. And then all the way back. Beautiful. You can hold the bottom of your chair if you're seated. You can put your hand on your hip if you're standing. And we're going to raise that right knee again. If you were seated, it's just like last time. Just see if you can pick up your right knee and put it down. Just do that a couple of times. So getting comfortable of having just your left leg support you. Doesn't have to be a big giant knee lift. Maybe it's just maybe the foot just barely comes off the ground. And then the next motion, if we're standing, it's going to be a straight leg out to the side and back. If you're seated, you're going to have your knee bent and you're just going to open your hip side to side like that. So we're all just practicing at our own level. Out to the side and back. So the side leg muscles are called your abductors. And those are the muscles we're strengthening by doing this. And just like when we were seated, we built a sequence. So we're going to put those 3 motions back together again. Stand on both of your feet. Circle that right arm to the ceiling. Lean away if you're standing. We'll circle the arm back. Wrap it behind your back. We're just going to do 1 more. So everything is going to be 2. Circle it back up again. Then bring it back down. Good. Hand on your hip or hold the bottom of your chair. Raise your right knee twice. And then stretch your right leg straight out to the side or open your knee out to the side twice. And then we're going 1 more time through this, everybody. Circle that right arm up. We're just going to do 2. Reach over and back. Bring it over and back. Beautiful. Hand to your hip or hold your chair. Grab that knee, lift it up twice. And then open it out to the side twice. Nice. And if you're seated, you can just take a forward fold, stretching over your thighs. If you're standing, we're going to practice a balance. So you can take your right knee, start to bend it, and lift the leg off the ground a little bit, just a little bit. Maybe some of you can raise it a little higher. Now, using your left hand, just gently see if you can take that hand off your chair back. If you're feeling really steady, maybe you can take both hands to your hips. So we're all going to do what we can do, working at our maximum. So how's that breathing? Just keep practicing. Maybe you have to hold that chair a whole lot, but just holding that knee up is a lot of balancing. We're going to hold for the count of 4, 3, 2, don't hold your breath, and 1. If you're seated, you want to sit back up. If you are standing, march in place a little bit, and then march yourself over to the other side of your chair. Same thing on this other side, everyone. Hold that chair back, stand up tall. Maybe you did too much on that one and you should go sit down on the second part. That is totally fine. So here we go. We'll start that first movement where the arm reaches up. Hold your chair, lean a little bit over, and then circle that arm, wrap it behind your back. So it's flowing. 4 of these. Inhale, we're up. Exhale, we're back. Inhale, we're up. Exhale, we're back. Here's our last one of these, up and over. And then bring it back. So either hold on to the bottom of your chair if you're seated, or put your left hand on your waist. 4 knee lifts on your left side, lift it up and down. Actually, we did a few more on that last side, so let's just keep going, a couple of them. Even if you're just picking your foot up off the ground an inch to get that hip flexor to do that work for you. And then if you're standing, the leg will stay straight as you open it out to the side. If you're seated, you're going to have that knee up, bent a little bit, and you're just going to, like a hinge of a door, open it out to the side. So keep doing whatever it is you're doing. If you're seated, I can't quite see your legs. I'm just assuming you understand that. Looks pretty good on the upper body. Beautiful. Excellent, everybody. Using those abductors on that left thigh. And then put your foot down. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to put it all together in that dance. All of us together. Left arm up overhead. Circle it back down. Overhead. Circle it back down. Hand on your hip or hold the bottom of your chair. Raise your left knee twice. And then open your left leg out to the side twice. And one more time through the whole thing. Left arm up, maybe lean a little way, wrap it back. Here's our last one of these. Bring it back, fantastic. Raising that left knee twice. Opening that left leg out to the side twice. If you're seated, then finishing this off, you can just bow over your legs, stretching your lower back. If you're going to practice the balance, we're going to come to the ball of our left foot by bending that knee. Lift the foot off the ground an inch or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 as you can. Try to look straight out in front of you. It's tempting to look at the ground because we think that's safer, but looking out in front of you will pull your spine upright and you'll engage more of your core strength, and that will help the balance. Practice maybe letting that hand touch off the chair a little bit. The worst thing that will happen most likely is that you have to put your foot down, and that is just okay. Just practice being on one leg. And if you're really doing a great job of holding that leg in the air and not having to touch your chair back, you're going to try holding your hands at your waist for the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Beautiful. If you're seated, walk yourself a little closer to the front of your chair. Open out your legs. Stay standing if you're standing, and you're going to take a nice forward fold. This is all you're going to do if you stay seated, back to that spine. The rest of us are going to do a chair downward dog. This is basically our last pose in class. A chair downward dog is I'm coming to the back of my chair. Just walk behind you. I've turned sideways so you can see me. Hold on to the chair back and begin to step backwards. to the point where your arms could possibly go straight. And then you want to try to bend your knees so your back is more of a horizontal line. It's really strong. So bending your knees a lot will make that be more accessible to you. And we're not doing anything from here. We're not moving forward or back or picking up legs. We're just going to hold this as a nice stretch for 5 full breaths. So you're either seated with your legs wide and you're forward folding over your between your legs, or we're now on 4 breaths to go in this down dog variation. And then it's 3 breaths. See if you can expand your lungs so that you feel the breath go into your belly. 1 more full breath. If you're on your seat, just climb yourself upright again. If you are in this dog pose, look at your chair back so you can see as you walk yourself up to it. And then we're going to all sit down, finish our class together. Take your time getting onto your seat. Once you're there, close your eyes. See if you can feel the effects of your yoga practice right now. You know, whether you feel a little more relaxed in your brain, or maybe you feel a little stretched out in your body, a little less tense, or maybe none of those things. But it's important to observe how you feel after that movement, after those stretches. And then we'll close our practice by sharing 1 breath together. So as you're taking an inhale, circle your arms up and over your head. Touch those palms and bring the hands right back down to the heart. Feel a little grateful for this movement you gave your body today, this time that you spent on yourself. Thanks for practicing yoga with me. Namaste.